Bonsoir, I'm Sadie Starks and I'm going to be talking about the Ebola case found in France less than a month ago. Several new suspected cases of Ebola were reported in Europe last Thursday, October 16th, amid heightened fears that measures to prevent the virus to spreading here and to other places are failing. Even more people, especially the doctors and nurses tending the patients, are at a major risk of getting the virus themselves. There were 4 cases of Ebola caught in Europe, 1 in France, 3 in Spain. The French and Spanish authorities would not confirm of any of the 4 people having to be tested positive for Ebola, but in each of the cases was a link to a possible source of contamination. Miss Romero was one that was at possible risk for Ebola. She had transported Maria Teresa Romeo to a hospital because she was tested positive for Ebola. She also attended a priest who had been flown back from West Africa for treatment. She remains in horrible condition at the hospital. Although her health was showing signs of improvement, she's one of the 15 people quarantined in this hospital. In France, officials do not provide any confirmation that that it was confirmed. It would be the first instance of Ebola infecting someone through transmission in France. According to French media reports, the nurse had an intense fever and was transported to a military hospital in Paris. The hospital was one of 12 in France, with the authorities have set up special units to treat Ebola cases, where a French volunteer for Doctors Without Borders, which was a program treating medical cases around the world, was taken last month after being infected by the Ebola virus in Liberia. The volunteer recovered after treatment and left the hospital on October 4th. It was unclear whether the nurse in the latest case had worked in the military hospital, and if so, was she working with the Doctors Without Borders volunteer. Health Minister Marcel Touraine told the French radio station that evening that she would not comment on the suspected case and that she did not want to stir any anxiety. Later, quoting an anonymous source, French stations reported that a series of tests had found the nurse negative for Ebola, but that they weren't done testing and they had a few more to go. The latest episodes renewed concerns that Ebola cases may increase in Europe. The European health officials meeting in Brussels called for an increased screening for people leaving Africa, but made no concrete decisions to address the health crisis beyond scheduling an Ebola workshop. Tonio Borg, the European Health Union Commissioner, said after meeting all the countries had decided to improve checks at African airports, but not on whether to approach similar screenings on Europe's own airports. That, he said, would be left up to the individual countries themselves. The United Nations Secretary General, Ban Ki-moon, said that the new trust fund for Ebola had received only the fraction of the pledges needed to tackle the virus. That's all the news I have for you. Au revoir.